Hey guys, it's Mandy Lynn, and inZOI just posted their June note issues and then the patch notes. So what they have in the known issues, current known issues, is gameplay, the family tree editing may not be available. If an object is placed at the counter of at the corner of a counter, the cook interaction may be cancelled, which that is annoying. And then build mode, when switching to wall view mode, objects placed on wall shelves may remain visible. Adjusting roof height may cause the texture pattern to scale up or down unexpectedly, and when editing the base lot of Dewan Villa, it may be impossible to remove walls created near the entrance, which I don't like that one. I don't like Dewan Villa. It stresses me. Other issues are when automatic cloud backup is enabled for, I guess, the documents inZOI mods folder. Mods installed via the mod browser may not be completely deleted. So you disable. This is what they've got. Disabling automatic backup for this folder will allow mods to be deleted properly. If the field of view setting was changed in the control option before the v0.20 update, the camera may zoom in or out excessively when entering or exiting the city edit mode. I'm trying to remember if I changed my camera thingy, and I don't think I did. To resolve this, please restore the FOV value to its default using the steps below, and you can access these notes on Steam. So that just tells you how to reset your FOV. Now these are the previous known issues. So like gameplay wise, motions such as holding the baby may sometimes appear awkward or overlap unnaturally, affecting the parenting experience. In certain animations, the right arm may briefly jerk or snap. When moving, a character may take unexpected paths, such as going around to find a proper route or cutting through terrain. Occasionally, distant objects may become the interaction target. The remaining duration of an emotion may occasionally be displayed incorrectly. When returning to simulation from city edit mode, the map icon occasionally remains visible and not disappear. After saving while driving, resuming the game may cause the vehicle to disappear. In this case, please use the emergency rescue feature. Character, you may experience clipping with certain outfits when using customized body types. So, certain body types. Then there's build mode. Some objects may intermittently disappear when resetting the property to its default state. When placing property presets saved in Build Studio, parts of the properties may be cut off if the preset is larger than the actual property size in the city. Even if the property preset size matches, some furniture may disappear or shift in position upon placement. When windows are placed too close to interior walls, they may appear black or not display correctly. Sorry, I yawned. To fix this, try leaving a small gap between the window and the wall when placing it. If only part of the floor was customized, not the entire area, it may disappear when moving the building or property. When using my texture on floor tiles, the horizontal or vertical flip Function may not work properly. When placing handrails and partial walls on platforms, they may sink into the platform. When placing handrails, several issues may occur. For example, handrails with different designs may not connect properly, or a ceiling may be generated when all walls in a room are made of handrails. I never seen that one. Canvas wise, for presets saved before March 23rd, the author name may incorrectly appear as inZOI. Other issues, presets saved before early access may intermittently not appear, though they are still located in the documents folder. Occasionally deleting a preset may not remove its folder from the directory path. Okay, so they've got resolved issues as well, not just a list of things that's needed. So this is what's been addressed in the update. ZOIs cannot use stairs installed after raising a room's platform. I'm assuming now they can. I don't know. While exiting the UI, while my texture is loading, texture icons may not refresh properly and appear as solid white. In certain situations, characters may become unable to perform actions when not under police detention, when ZOI is not detained on an empty lot. After saving while driving manually, I'm assuming these are all the things they fixed. After saving while driving manually, resuming the game may prevent driving or exiting the vehicle. Same-sex relationships are not possible with other ZOIs in the city. Customization may not be properly. Okay, wait. I read that completely wrong. Customization may not apply properly to the end roof surface of half-hip roofs. If there is no ceiling from the second floor and above, ceiling-mounted objects such as lights may not be placeable. Customization may not apply correctly to certain objects. When hovering over standard outfits for children or adults, the wrong canvas thumbnail may occur. Oh my goodness, words. Occasionally appear. When a single ZOI remarries multiple times, some family members may disappear. That did happen. I don't know if it's changed or not. When entering city edit mode by clicking ZOI's job location in the career app on the phone, you may not be able to pause the game. So that's all the resolved issues, all this right here. I can't highlight it, but they were just addressing what they've been told in Discord, I'm assuming. And then I'm assuming they fixed all of what the resolved issues are. And then we can go ahead and go to patch notes too. If I can find it. And there's a lot of patch notes. Like in depth. They have a video on YouTube as well. So it says this update introduces the inZOI mod kit along with 200 new items, greatly expanding customization options. ZOIs can explore a wider range of relationship dynamics with new features like adoption, non-marital birth, teen romance, the ability to send the first text, gender identity. Settings have also become more flexible. This update features more realistic simulations as well as changes that include extended young adulthood, reworks to starting funds, and improvements to the prison system. General improvements to quality of life have been made as well, with features like UI size settings, new cheat codes, and they give you a link for the cheat codes, and there's a lot there. So like with the mod kit, it allows us to create and manage mods with this feature. And you can click on this, go to playinZOI.com, and it'll have the mod thing there. So the inZOI mod browser has been added to allow easier access to mods in-game. Players can manage mods using the browser search, install, delete, and other features, which that's pretty handy. Then there's wizard-based modding features. A wizard-style UI has been added to streamline the mod creation process without the need for complex settings. Use this intuitive, I think I said that wrong, I'm not sure, but interface to create mods and access certain content like set outfits, objects, etc. immediately. This feature supports the creation of set outfits as standalone items for character customization, as well as placeable in-game items such as like furniture and decorative objects. Then there's editing data. Players can edit game data to add custom roles or features, including new prices, placement rules, and interactions. Sharing and distribution. Once created, mods can be shared with other players through CurseForge or extracted directly and added to the game manually. I guess I might have to check out CurseForge. Content and sample sources. So, basic resources to create mods will be provided. The Unreal assets included are based on actual in-game assets, making it easier for beginners to understand their structure. So this is all mod stuff that I don't understand, but if you're a modder, you'll understand it. And I'm not gonna, I can't read all that. It's a lot of stuff that I don't know. It just goes from like, I'm trying to think, it's just everything mod related for modders or beginner modder. This is a new outfit and accessories, I know for sure. That's new. Are those pants new? I know the shirt is new, but I don't know if the pants are new. I know the hairs are new. I just can't tell. But there's new hairs, and they look gorgeous. Okay. So there's been 20 new outfits has been added. Entirely new outfit types such as overalls and boots, offering more options for customization. 29 items have been added. So 5 for hair, 4 for tops, 3 for bottoms, 1 outerwear, 3 sets, 3 shoes, 9 socks and stockings, which is a very good, generous amount, and 1 accessory. Improvements have been made to certain features in Character Studio, making them more precise. Previously, accessories like glasses, headpieces, and earrings could only be worn in fixed positions, sometimes causing them to overlap with other objects, or simply they would just be hidden by a strand of hair or something if you're wearing like small dainty earrings. Now you can make them bigger, and you can adjust them how you want them. Like if you wanted sunglasses on your Zoi's head, you can adjust it to the exact way you want it. Same with headphones. If you have small dainty earrings and you want them bigger because they're hidden by a strand of hair, you can size them up. I think that was a good feature for them to add because it's frustrating. I wonder if the nose ring's like sizable. I'm gonna have to play around when I make my character before I stream. So, I think I explained that pretty well without even playing. Yeah, okay. You can also check out these notes on Steam as well. So there's new features, edit accessory position allows free placement. I just said that. Authors for ZOI presets will always be displayed. Authors for my textures downloaded from Canvas will be displayed in a tooltip. I didn't even know you could download textures. Traits and desired lives can now be randomly selected when creating a ZOI. So that's a good thing. So building. All these pieces are new, I think. That's new. I like the kid bed and the Meryl and the woodsy feel. I can't wait to make a kid's room. So there is 175 items that has been added, and the practical suggestions. Let me exit out of that back here. Let me find my notes real quick and go back to where I was. Practical additions that also allow for personal expression have been added, including single beds, kitchen furniture, various rugs, and lighting, and baby and children's furniture. They added new baby things, but I don't know if they're usable. So that's something we're going to have to test out. So there's 14 new bedroom items, 5 new living room items, 4 office items. I think there's like a matching kid's desk and a chair, which it's adorable. Check out Fantasia's videos. I think she did a whole video on Build and Buy and Kaz, and I think she even did some gameplay. I'm not sure. So check her out over on YouTube. There is 52 new kitchen items, and like I just said, Fantasia showed them off in one of her videos. There's new cabinets, a new budget fridge, a new budget tub, and all these cabinets, and they're very gorgeous and stunning. So there's 2 new bathroom items. So it's the budget friendly tub, and then there's another toilet paper holder, but it's not like the one we originally had. It's more, I don't know, realistic. There's 76 common items, which I don't know what that means. I know there's like bookshelves. We got 2 new bookshelves. We got like 4 shelves that go on the wall. I know the kids got also like a shelf thing. Apparently we got 2 outdoor thingies. And 20 doors. We also got, I don't know how many windows, but it was a lot. And there's also like barred windows and flashlights that have been added to. It's supposed to make it easier to create themed settings in a more diverse environments. So I just think all that's cool. And I can do a whole video on the whole build buy stuff. I'll destroy a house and do it. Updates and improvements to the building system have been made to make building more convenient. I don't build in inZOI. I haven't figured it out yet, and it's always a pain. Building shortcuts. So there's building shortcuts will make the building process faster and more convenient. Supported shortcuts will include delete tool, so that's K, edit color and material, control R, put in inventory B, and move house H. There's an autosave. A feature has been added that automatically loads unsaved changes while making edits in build mode as property preset if the game shuts down unexpectedly. I guess the autosave's good. Improvements to gizmo usability, the position and shape of the roof. Gizmo have been adjusted to make editing ease more intuitive. I think I said that wrong. Intuitive. It's been a long day. Improvements to editing, roofing, and shadow casting lights. Lights can now be placed on ceilings under rooms above the first floor. A new icon has been added in build mode that allows you to easily check settings for shadow casting lighting, and I think there's like a little light thing on the lights that has that. So there's also quality of life improvements to camera modes. So I guess when you're switching to free camera to top view / shoulder view, the viewpoint will now be adjusted automatically to prevent walls or objects from obstructing your view. The camera now defaults to the nearest floor level if there are no ceilings near its position and can center its movement around a selected object. Additionally, camera rotation has been improved to move more naturally around its axis. Improvements to wall view. Wall-mounted objects such as picture frames will no longer remain visible when toggling between wall view modes. Now we're on to the fun stuff, gameplay. More ways to build families and relationships. ZOIs can build families and express their emotions in more varied and flexible ways. Added features like adoption, non-marital childbirth. Does that mean, what's it called in inZOI? It's not Woohoo because that's Sims. So like, they talk to the partner about trying for a baby. There we go. So essentially trying for a baby that they could just be partners, not like married. We're going to test out some stuff today. Teen romance and new text interactions make relationships richer and more realistic. I'm very excited about the text interactions because you can send the first text. So new features. Adopt a child. With this update, ZOIs can now welcome a child into their family without using the make a baby interaction. I guess that's what they call it. Through adoption, to use this feature, go to your computer or laptop to access the Adopt a Child menu. As long as they meet the age and property requirements, anybody can bring a new member into their family. And I think the only requirement is you have to have 5,000. Is it Mew? Yeah, it's Mew. Create a child with medical help. You can now create a child with medical and help interaction on the computer or laptop to have a child with the help of science. The procedure costs 1,000 Mew, and the child will have your ZOI's genetic traits. You can also choose a partner. You can also choose to partner up, and they'll have to give their consent. So if they sign, you got their consent. If they didn't sign, you did not get their consent. From what I've seen on live streams. You can also, choose to partner up with another ZOI for this procedure, resulting in a child that reflects both ZOI's traits. Non-marital birth to promote even more kinds of... Sorry, I just skipped a word. To promote even more diverse kinds of families, ZOIs can now give birth without getting married. I'm so thrilled about that. That was like one of my things. I did in Discord, because I had a divorce a lot of times, especially if you're trying to do a challenge, or you want a single mom story or a single dad story at that. There's so many stories. Now, another thing I'm excited for is the teenage romance, because before, I don't know if they can do anything when they're adolescents. I think when they're actually classified as teens, they get to have romance with another teenager, and they didn't say, okay, they copied the same thing twice. Okay, this is an exchanging gifts. Teenagers always can now enter romantic relationships. Look forward to shy conversations, sweet first dates, and awkwardly adorable interactions. Random choice card events, like receiving an anonymous love confession, may also occur after school. You might get the chance to unmask your secret admirer. Visits from other ZOIs. Other ZOIs can now make the first move to meet your ZOI. They might make plans for a meetup via text, or even show up unannounced at your doorstep, be it longing, insecurity, or a simple whim of the heart. The reasons for visiting may vary, whether the meeting ends with a heartwarming moment or a bittersweet goodbye depends entirely on how your ZOI responds. I like that. Sending the first text. You can now initiate a conversation by sending a text to any ZOI by using the Contacts app on your smartphone. Responses will vary on the relationship between the two ZOIs and the recipient's current emotional state. On a good day, you might get a friendly reply, but if the other ZOI is in a bad mood, expect the unexpected. Oh, that could be bad. So here's some improved features. Romantic relationships with everyone. New settings have been added that allow ZOIs to express their gender identity and romantic attraction more freely. This was I don't know if it was big on Discord. I couldn't remember the name of the app, and they got it. It's cool. So if it doesn't matter the gender, essentially. You just have to select it when you're, I think, making your ZOI as to who you want that ZOI to be attracted to, male, female, both. I think you can select both. I mean, that might be the best of both worlds for some people. It just depends on your play style, I think. So these settings can also be adjusted at any time. So if you think your ZOI is just not feeling that, how in the direction they're going, then you can just adjust it how you want, how you play. ZOIs who align with your identity and romantic attraction will also appear in the overworld, setting the stage for potential relationships. I like that though. I think that was a pretty cool ad. Relationship appropriate conversations. When players always reach a certain level in their relationship, their conversations will change to better reflect that dynamic. For example, if a relationship between two ZOIs progresses from mutual crush to sweetheart, the tone of their dynamic will become positive, increasing the likelihood of positive conversations between them. I'm happy because before they used to get these conflict. I can't think of the name. Oh my goodness. It's been a little bit since I played, if I'm going to be honest. but there would be, it's not scolding. It was like they were mad at them when they started talking again. It was a whole thing. Now there's UI improvements related to romantic relationships. So they said, in response to player feedback, the message "you're getting to know each other as romantic interests" will no longer appear. The romantic relationship gauge for ZOIs will only be displayed in the relationships menu after at least one romantic conversation has occurred. I liked getting the menu, I think. So, improvements and updates to simulations. Core systems that determine a ZOI's pace of life have been rebalanced. These include changes in body weight and physique, aging, starting funds, and prison systems. If you watch their YouTube video, it's funny how they did the prison system. From play and parenting to interactions and NPC behavior in-game, simulations have been polished to feel more realistic and organic. New features, changes to body weight and muscle mass, which we knew. ZOIs will now undergo changes in physique based on their lifestyle choices. So essentially, like if you eat healthy, your body weight will stay the same. If you work out, you're going to gain that muscle mass. If your ZOI overeats, I think their physique changes. I'm not sure. Yeah, they say working out will cause ZOIs to build muscle, while overeating will cause them to gain weight. As their fitness level increases, ZOIs become more resistant to aches and fatigue, allowing them to endure longer and more intense physical activity with ease. So I think that's a cool addition. New swing and hula hoop interactions added. So hula hoops, they just laid on the ground. Nobody was allowed to use them. And we have swings in the game? Okay, swings and hula hoops can be used by ZOIs who are children or older. Interacting with these items will improve a ZOI's fitness skill. So the swings too, though? That's weird. Time skip feature for rabbit hole interaction. 8 new pocket market items added. 4 new items categories have been added to pocket market. Luxury, practical, charming, and silly gifts purchased from pocket market can be given to or exchanged with other ZOIs. I think that's I was wondering when they were going to add more. And there's 5 new donuts. The poison donut, charming donut, flirty donut, diet donut, and high calorie donut have been added. They've also made improvements to the prison system. Several changes have been made to simulate a more realistic prison experience. Vending machines have been removed, and meals are now only available during set meal times. Lifers will appear. Casual conversations are prohibited. Beds are less comfortable, and overall needs are more difficult to fulfill within prison. I find that funny so much. Even though none of my ZOIs have been to prison. I thought it was called jail. So these changes will only be available after starting a new game. So like you get a new starting and move-in fund. So adjustments have been made to help players start their journey as homeowners more easily while giving them a sense of progression. The furniture initially provided has also been rebalanced, setting the stage for a humble beginning and while leaving room to grow. Welfare support can now be claimed once. Families residing in the city are now able to find jobs and support themselves financially. So does that mean like other ZOIs in the city is going to have jobs? Because that would be nice. Now, these changes also will only be available after starting a new game. Improvements to the age progression. In response to player feedback, ZOIs will spend less time as middle-aged ZOIs, with the young adult stage being significantly extended. Thank goodness. The time ZOIs spend as infants, teenagers, and all age groups in between has also been extended, allowing players to enjoy more of their childhood and adolescence. That's cool. Because they age up without a warning. I don't know if that changed. Improvement to fixed schedules. Schedules will no longer be auto-generated for player ZOIs. Improvement to universal text notifications. ZOIs can now receive text advisories related to weather conditions such as heat waves or extreme cold. Improvements to interactions related to newborns and children. New inZOI interactions such as laugh, cry, and change diaper have been added. Newborns can now gain emotion buffs or wake nearby ZOIs according to their needs. Improvements to idle family options. Aging for idle families has been disabled by default. Players can toggle this setting on manually. Additional improvements have been made to idle family narratives at maximum capacity. Improvements to basic info display. Hovering your cursor over a ZOI will now display their age group, marital status, and the number of days left until they reach their next age group. I think that was a good one. Age restrictions have been added for NPC pregnancies to prevent unintended pregnancies. Improvements to object interactions. New interactions have been added, including right entry and plant observation journal, and shower while humming. That's what I meant to say. Features related to certain objects, such as yoga mats and pods, have been improved for smoother interactions. ZOIs with anatomy enabled will no longer remain idle without performing any interactions. Improvements to street encounters. New interactions have been added that allow ZOIs to look at, greet, or react to objects and other ZOIs on the street. Systems for avoiding pedestrians and traffic, as well as proactive NPC reactions, have been implemented. Okay. Fixed an issue where relationships would reset immediately after marriage, triggering negative interactions. Fixed an issue where romantic relationships reset after marriage. A portion of the existing relationship now carries over into the family relationship score to better reflect the bond built before marriage. That's good. They fixed an issue where moving certain ZOIs into a new home caused their previous family relationships to reset. That's also good. A system message will now appear when an object cannot be used. When using the read book interaction at the bookshelf, ZOIs will now prioritize selecting nearby books that have been taken out of the shelf. And there's been new animations and audio to make them feel more natural. Motions have been polished for more quality. Changes have been made to the position of the microphones held by rappers. Exaggerated emotional expressions have been toned down, and repetitive idle motions have been refined. The locomotion system has been improved to feel more smoother. Characters now tilt naturally when making turns and use a look at feature to face the direction of movement for enhanced realism. Additionally, ZOIs will make better eye contact with each other and interact more believably with objects, further enhancing immersion. So they fixed 2 animations and like 4 audios. They fixed awkward animations that occurred during certain interactions, and another animation quality for cooking interactions to enhance immersion. And then one of the audios, background audio option in the sound menu, updated footsteps to reflect terrain, which I actually like. They added and refined sound effects to improve overall game immersion. They improved audio to prevent background music from overlapping with event-specific sounds. And inZOI cheats have been added. You just go to playinzoi.com/guide/cheats. It's there. I will also link it, that way it's easier to find. So, it's a lot of cheats. Canvas can now be set to private, up to 10 creations allowed. Added pages that organize and display creator content by category. Add notification settings for Canvas interactions, updated and added various icons, including the like and heart buttons. They did something regarding the UI where you can make it small, medium, and large. They fixed some bug and crash fixes. If you'd like to read, they did adjust the junior lawyer's salary. Like, just a lot of interactions that we were all having trouble with, I think. Fixed an issue where the main relationship status did not update correctly after a failed divorce attempt followed by another relationship selection. Fixed an issue where the announced divorce interaction did not appear for children unaware of their parents' divorce. Just stuff like that. There's building fixes, there's simulation fixes, career fixes, gameplay fixes. If you would like to go and read this part of it too, you may, and I will link below the cheats for inZOI, and I'm gonna upload this as fast as I can. I am sorry this is a long video. It was like 2 in 1 things that I was reading, and I will probably be live streaming tonight. If you want to catch the live stream, I could probably stream on YouTube tomorrow and do Twitch tonight, which, yeah, that sounds about right. So if you want to tune in tomorrow on YouTube, I'd appreciate it. And if you want to tune in on Twitch tonight, alright, I'd appreciate it there too. Have a good day, and I will link in the description box the inZOI cheats as well. There's like a massive list of them. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.